Good day, everybody. It's time for another Parenity brand startup journal entry number 6 for the week ending July 26, 2024. Parenity is a totally bootstrapped solopreneur brand being built from the ground up by me, your host, Robbie Bond. And at Parenity, we aim to bring serenity into the lives of exhausted parents everywhere. And this little vlog playlist is where I log some of the struggles, triumphs, and activities of the week in this startup journey. As this thing takes off, we get closer and closer to our vision of a world where parents are less exhausted, better supported, more appreciated, and live in increased serenity. This week is going to be a little quicker and more off the cuff than usual because guess what? Me and the fam are taking a little summer vacation to see some family in Calgary, and it'll be the girls' first time on an airplane, so that'll be a lot of fun. And we also have to catch our Uber to the airport at 4:40 a.m. tomorrow morning. So let's keep rolling so I can finish packing. By the way, there will be no journal entry next week for the obvious reasons I just mentioned. Here are today's talking points for part of the startup journey we're currently at with Parenity. I'm feeling more and more pressure, which I'm putting on myself to come up with or to solidify a launch date. It's a little tough though because I'm running into more and more gray areas with various things. We have our main product that we're wanting to launch. So that's a big obvious one that we still need to figure out some of the red tape on, but that's doable. But we also have some other add-on products that we need to get rolling on and place some orders for and things like that. But then I'm running into things such as like our warehouse that we're going to be using for 3PL service is they require everything to be barcoded or I'm going to incur extra fees associated with their picking process when they go to ship the orders. And that can be a problem because a few of the items that I want to sell are stuff being produced by basically imprintable merch vendors, like things like fridge magnets and water bottles and stuff like that. Not ordering a ton off the hop, but none of them are too keen on applying barcode tags to products for me. And the 3PL says they will do it for me, but of course there's a fee associated with that. So a lot of things between me and having products to sell and having things rolling. So, but I'm really hoping that next week I can come up with at least a tentative, realistic launch date. Next thing, back to as I've said before, I'm a definite introvert. That is my personality. There's no escaping it. But being collaborative, it always comes back around to that. There was my wife shared an article with me the other night from a local newspaper about a local business that's doing some big things. It's called the Sober Market, and I very much hope to submit our product to them to get it sold in one of their some or all of their locations. I think it would be really cool, and I really look forward to talking to them because they seem like very ambitious and friendly entrepreneurs, and I think it would be really great to align with them. And at the same time, Amy, my wife, was just at a salon, the salon that she goes to recently, and she was talking to the woman that owns the place, and she's very entrepreneurial too, obviously, and she was super excited about the products we're putting out and the plans that we have. So I will definitely be sending some product samples her way, see if we can get into another retail location. It's never my main plan to get into retail spots, but hey, if it makes sense, it makes sense. And I think that's both of those are things I would be super excited about. And she also has some other connections in the business community, so that sound like they would be, pretty important to have. So, never hesitate to leave your comfort zone, because when you do, it doesn't take long before you make connections that can help you in business and also help you in life. It's a great thing to have friends. Let me see here. And speaking of friends, the next point is in my notes here is friends are important for the obvious reasons, and also like I said previously, I'm likely going to be outsourcing as much of my bookkeeping and accounting as I can, as it makes sense to anyway, to a local business here called Flow CPA, which is owned by my buddy Felix. And although it's been a very long time since we've hung out, we kind of picked up right where we left off when we started talking about business stuff. And he has been so generous and supportive with his time, and he's more than happy to teach me the ropes on a few things and help me cut some costs here and there. And that is just, when you're starting up, that is so valuable. And he knows it too, because he's a business owner. And what a great guy. It's, when you're busy, it's very tough to give up your time like that. And he's willing. So that's, I am humbled and super excited to get working with him. Speaking of accounting, do not procrastinate when it comes to looking at the money side of things. It's always time well spent, even though you kind of, it's a little bit cringy to start getting down to the brass tacks and knowing possible troubles that you might be running into or limitations you might have. But once you get looking at it, it's really not so painful. It helps you figure out what your next steps are. Having all of your budget concerns and information in mind as you make various decisions it makes it easier. It flows better when you know what you can realistically expect to do. And even though maybe you run into a few things as you're looking into some of your upcoming costs or pieces of pricing that you may be looking into and things like that. Just get it all down on paper, jot some notes, because you can't make any kind of moves in your business without knowing what you have the money to do. Long story short, and just how much things are going to cost. As you look at things, it's almost inevitable that almost everything will cost more than you expected for one reason or another. And that's just to be expected. But you can't make progress without knowing what's realistically in your future. So yeah, I was procrastinating at looking into some of these things last couple of weeks, and I finally started digging into some of the things with bank accounts and product costs and service costs and final quotes and that sort of thing, and bringing the various pieces together. And it's just super important to have that, even if it doesn't seem super actionable. As you make little steps along your journey each day, you'll make better ones, knowing all of this. Lastly, just another little piece of advice that I'm going to try to keep in mind more and more, and that is perfectly portioned days are rare. Instead of trying to squeeze that last thing in your day, just go for a nice walk. Don't try to squeeze it in. You're just going to be stressed, and it's going to seep into your home life, and maybe not even in a big way, but stressed people are less happy. So, if you have to stop for the day at 5 p.m. and it's 4:30, don't try to squeeze that last thing in, unless you know that it's super doable and that you'll feel a lot better, because it's just, I do it all the time, and I almost always shoot for the moon in my day. I try to pack in as much as I possibly can, and the goal I set for the day is almost always more than is achievable. So just remember to take a breath and know that you've done what you can. Tomorrow's another day, and it's not the end of the world if you don't get that extra thing done. That's we have time, unless there's something super pressing that you need to do an all-nighter for. Don't worry about it. Just know that you put in a solid day's work, and just go through life less stressed. That's my big piece of advice. All right, I got to wrap this up because I got to edit this video and then start getting into vacation mode. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.